Hello everybody, this is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with another video. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or otherwise you can donate to my ministry and the charities that I support at garethcahoon3@gmail.com on PayPal. Or otherwise you can look me up on my YouTube and TikTok page, and if you scroll down to the bottom of my YouTube page you'll get to the creative playlist where you can watch the videos that I watch when I'm not posting on YouTube and TikTok myself. This one here is about UNESCO, the United Nations watchdog that looks after historical sites. UNESCO joins Palestinians in rewriting Jewish history in Judea and Samaria. An opinion. This year, the Palestinian Authority submitted a long list of obviously and undeniably Jewish historical sites to the World Heritage List at UNESCO, rebranding the sites as Palestinian or Islamic heritage locations. Judea and Samaria are rich with Jewish national heritage sites. It is the biblical heartland. The physical record of the biblical narrative lies in the ground with thousands of known archaeological sites and perhaps thousands more undocumented sites, providing incontrovertible evidence that connects the Jewish people to the land of Israel. This is precisely why, ever since the start of the Oslo process, the Palestinian Authority has acted to destroy archaeological sites in Judea and Samaria, purposely plundering Jewish antiquities, raising historical Jewish sites, and working in international institutions to erase the Jewish Israeli identity of such places. This year, the Palestinian Authority submitted a long list of obviously and undeniably Jewish historical sites to the World Heritage List at UNESCO, rebranding them as Palestinian or Islamic heritage locations while expunging any Jewish association with them. UNESCO appears to be slap-happy going along with this political looting of Jewish Israeli history. Indeed, the bludgeon that the Palestinian Authority and its backers at UNESCO have taken to Jewish heritage sites in Israel is like the sledgehammer that ISIS took to the heritage sites such as Mosul and Nimrud in Iraq and Palmyra in Syria. UNESCO essentially has become an agency of annihilation, a willing partner in a campaign of systematic Jewish identity erasure. This amounts to cultural genocide. Remember that according to UNESCO, the Temple Mount in Jerusalem is not really the Temple Mount. Back in 2018, that morally bankrupt international organisation passed a series of nonsensical resolutions proposed by the PA director Mahmoud Abbas, who, by the way, who was elected to a 4-year term in the 90s and is still the president today. So he's really to be trusted. Declaring Jerusalem an exclusively Muslim heritage city and criminalising Israeli custodianship of the city. The major vote was taken specifically on Hanukkah, a Jewish holiday that marks the liberation and rededication of the temple by the Maccabees in the 2nd century. Most European nations, those great paragons of peace and love for Jews, went along with that affront, either voting for or abstaining on the denialist resolution. Then they doubled down on the periphery by adopting a similar resolution in the UN General Assembly in 2021, which disavowed Jewish sites to the Temple Mount and called it solely by its Muslim name, Al-Haram al-Sharif. At Palestinian urging, UNESCO also has disgracefully declared Hebron and its cave of the patriarchs and matriarchs at Tel Jericho a state of Palestine heritage site. Yes, that's right, everybody. Abram, Sarah, Rachel, Leah, Jacob are all buried in the tomb of the patriarchs. But yes, it's a Palestinian site. Not. Last month, at the cultural genocide behest of the same so-called state, UNESCO declared Sebastia, Samaria, the capital of the biblical kingdom of Israel, as a Palestinian associated World Heritage Site. This despite ongoing PA looting of the site, which falls partially in Area A of the Judea and Samaria, and its building of homes over the ancient Israelite, Hellenistic, Roman, and Byzantine relics. Fortunately, Israel very recently began to assert its rights at Sebastia by driving off the Palestinian marauders, resuming professional archaeological digs there, and beginning to invest in touristic development of the site. Now, UNESCO is considering the declaration of 22 additional properties in Judea and Samaria as Palestinian cultural assets under the World Heritage Convention. This outrageously includes sites of core Jewish patrimony like Qumran and the Dead Sea Scrolls, Herodian, Solomon's Pools, and the aqueducts leading to King Solomon's Temple in Jerusalem, Mount Gerizim, the Cave of Charlton, Tel Rumida in Hebron, and the Hasmonean aqueducts in Wadi, Kate Nalal Prat, with the Hasmonean palaces at the lower end of the Wadi. All these sites are in Israeli controlled territory, and none bear a historical or cultural connection under any plausible claim to Palestinian heritage. The PA list also includes ancient Christian sites such as the St. Hilarion Monastery in Gaza, now politically and ridiculously repackaged as a Palestinian heritage site. And of course, note this, according to the PA and its UNESCO submissions, none of these sites are in the Judean desert or mountains because using the true historical name of Judea would be an implicit acknowledgement of the Jewish people's connection to the land. To wipe away Jewish history, the Palestinian Authority has instead invented new terminology for the territory. Thus, Judea disappears from the narrative, replaced by fabricated labels such as Al-Baraya, desert, and monasteries. A shift in policy. This Jewish identity ensured the campaign extends its historical denial to physical destruction. The Palestinian Authority owns a clear pattern of archaeological persecution and demolition. According to the Valiant Israeli NGO, preserving the eternal 80% of the 400 or so most significant heritage sites in Judea and Samaria have been damaged by industrial scale Palestinian looting and use of heavy machinery to bulldoze archaeological sites for roads, factories, and architectural projects. In other words, purposeful boulderization of anything Jewish. The numbers are from a 5-year-old report and probably much worse today. 3 shocking examples pertain to the Temple Mount, Joshua's altar on Mount Ebal, and Solomon's Pools. In 1999, the PA-led WACF conducted vast illegal construction projects on the Temple Mount and beneath it, willfully destroying centuries of Jewish archaeological treasures. They're literally trying to wipe away every trace of the Jewish people from the land. And UNESCO, the United Nations, end of the prescribing archaeological sites as World Heritage Sites. UNESCO is unfit for the purpose it was made for, which is to list sites of historical prominence, and they've failed in every way. The Jewish people are the right owners of the land.